Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to run through chaotic space. What is chaotic space? What does it do? How do you progress in it? And what rewards can you get from it? So let's just have a look at the previous chaotic spaces here. So chaotic space 1, you go from levels 1 to level 4 for certain units. The rest are all up to level 3. So in this one we had Glorians, Mystifiers and Ethereals as the boss. So the game is kind of indicating that these are the teams that are going to be strongest within the current synergy or within the current framework of this season. So as you can see, we worked our way through it, and then what you can do is you can start from, say, down here, and you find the quickest route through to a boss, which potentially would be the Glorians boss in this case, or the Mystifiers boss, and you would complete that, and then you go to Chaotic Space 2 and complete all of these and do whatever you need to get up to this boss, and then go to Chaotic 3. And as you can see, we followed that process all the way through, and I'm just going to show you my process for completing a stage. So let's jump into Chaotic Space 4. This is where we're up to. So in order to complete Chaotic Space 4, we need to find our way to the effectively the shortest available boss, or the shortest path, the path of least resistance, whatever you want to call it. This is probably the best way to go. So we're going to go down this left path here, just because I can see we've got a clear route for it, and we've already got the majority of our teams set up. So we'll jump in. This is Glorians. So this is the Glorians team that I've gone for. Telenas, Audrey, Lee, and Lillian Leah. All, yes, thank you. All, as you can see, Monarchs, except for Ariana, who is a striker, but she does give the entire team physical damage resistance. So if we have a look here, it does apply Corrode. So let's just jump out. And can we have a look at the enemies here? No, we can't. Unfortunate. But I believe these fallen spiders here do physical damage, which is why we've included Ariana, just so that we have that physical damage resistance as well. So let's go ahead and pop shield back in, and we're going to go ahead and just jump in with this team. Now there is also the option to auto battle, and what that will do is that will take you all around the houses here. It'll take you all around the houses to places that really you don't need to go until you've completed it. So let me show you. The reason that I don't auto battle is because I want to target specific enemies. So as you can see, we were able to complete it in one round, and we are able to get our slates up. Now slates is something else I should talk about very quickly. In order to progress, you'll see this, in order to progress to Chaotic Space 5, we need to clear Chaotic 4 difficulty, but we also need to own 2 common +3 synergy slates, and in order to progress to Chaotic Space 6, we need to progress to 2 uncommon synergy slates as well, and I'll show you how we do that. But what I've done here, because I know for a fact that we'll need to, in order to progress further, because I think there's up to 16 here, but in order to progress further, we'll need to own more than 2 of these slates. So as you can see, own 2 uncommon +3 slates. That 2 eventually goes up to a 3, and then eventually goes up to a 4 as well. So you do need 4 legendary talents to get into Chaotic Space 15, I believe. So we'll just jump in to the Avengers. This is the Avengers setup that I've been trying out. Works relatively well. Let's go ahead and quick deploy those. Click save. What we'll do is we'll jump into our presets. We'll go to our Avengers team, and we'll click save here. Just so for future reference, if I do need an Avengers team, that's the Avengers team that I've gone on. So Aphrodite is quite a special case, but I don't think her abilities work in this one. So I'll just show you what I mean. We do get all of these buffs pop off and all of the relics pop off. Fantastic. So as you can see, she's outputting much more damage than the rest of the units, but it's because of her synergy buff as well. So just something to keep in mind, that all of the new units will be much stronger during their respective seasons than if... there we go. Jano, just finish it off. Just do what you need to. And then Nerissa to pop off 5 times. We don't need to see that, thank you very much. But the Aphrodite or any of the new units will in fact be much stronger during the season, during their respective season. Again, we're on Glorians, but what we'll do is we will quick deploy, and then we can go to our Glorians lineup here, preset 2. I'll save over it just so that moving forward, when we do challenge Glorian stages, we can always refer back to that preset that we're able to progress with. If I want to try out different things, like different teams, if I wanted to build a striker Glorians team, for example, then I could build that strikers team, and if it failed, I could always revert back to this team as well. But I've just found the 4 Monarch setup in Glorians, a much more powerful team than the strikers build, and the reason for that is the strikers, they will continually increase damage, but it doesn't matter how much damage that they can do, because they can only do a maximum of 40% damage to any one of our units in any single instance of damage as well. So just something to keep in mind. Now what we do is we progress through, and we can keep going because we've got our presets here, and we'll take those, the 10 additional, and we'll skip any that we don't need to. Now if you're on auto battle, what it would do is it would take you all around the houses. It would take you, you know, sort of from here, so we click auto battle on this one, and it takes us over to the other side of the map, and then it keep going back and forth, and eventually you just lose out on all these cubes. So as you can see, I've got 173 cubes. That would be good enough to get us to where we need to be, I believe. Now this is the I was just trying Aphrodite on every single team, specifically the Monarchs, and it seems to have worked out very well, so we take that. But I will probably build a better Dooms team than that, just moving forward. Let's go ahead, jump in here. So as you can see, we can either battle one more time, or we can claim our diamonds, and we can jump into this Dooms one here. So go ahead and we'll take out Aphrodite here, and we can pop in, we'll try Helios. And the reason that I'm trying Helios is I've just got his exclusive runes, so bear with me. I'll go down to wherever we are. There we go. The reason is I've just got his exclusive runes. Now his exclusive runes were really interesting to me, especially in PvP. So what I mean by that is each time Helios deals reflect damage, when the allies team reflect rate is higher than 200%, he has 25% chance to apply stun to the target. Now if you do get him up to red runes, this is where you want him at. Here, if his reflect rate is higher than 200%, he has 25% chance to apply stun for 2 rounds, and at the start of the round, Helios has a 100% chance to apply 1 stack of curse to 3 random enemies as well. So just in case you don't know what curse is, go and have a look, because it doesn't tell us here. Does he remove curse? Yeah. Reduces attack for 40% for 2 rounds. So it can be very effective, but it's just more the stun than anything. I don't think these enemies can be stunned, although I wouldn't be surprised. But he's got 25% chance of doing that sort of reflect damage. Now, if you notice here in the top right-hand corner, we do have, and I'll just get to it. We did have, there's a little red marker here, a little red sort of devil symbol. The uncommon Doomsday synergy active in the lineup. So we would need, in order to if you're struggling with that particular stage, it's because of this. So increases attack and max HP by 100% respectively, and the way to counter that is to have Dooms on your team as well. So as you can see, we're through to the next stage here. I don't think we need to change our teams at all. If you do, if you are having trouble at any point, go back to the stages that you were previously on, and just check from there. So what we're going to do is we are going to follow this path. We'll take dooms. The reason that I do it this way, by the way, so as you can see, the lowest drop that we can get is common. Now, if we go into sweep here, as you can see, I do have a lot of, well, I've got common already, but for these ones, Valianters, Glorians, Mystifiers, Ethereals, I've got Ethereals, Enigmas, and Soul Eaters, if I were to clear all of the levels on this stage, so say for example this one's time locked, let me just go back, so this one here, as you can see, the season starts in 5 days, so in order to get to Chaotic 6, the season needs to be open for more than 3 days. So this is as far as we can get. So what we're going to do is we're going to challenge. We've got everything set up that we need to. We'll click battle. We saw this on the last boss. You know, in one round we were able to get through most of them. We can go ahead, claim those as well. We want to follow the path of least resistance. So we'll jump in and we will quick deploy these. This is the ethereal team that I've been going with. You can, if you don't have a copy of Cleo, or you don't have a copy, this is another setup that you can go with if you don't have a copy of Cleo, to boost the ethereal teams as well. If you do have a copy of Cleo, it does give you 4 protectors rather than 3 protectors, 2 enchanters. But I think this will be absolutely fine. We should just be able to power through here. Yeah, so in one round, not bad. Eudora taking the majority of them out. But as you can see, because the lowest that we can achieve in this one is common, we're only going to get common. So it's going to be much easier for us to level up if we get to the very end of this stage, because every time we sweep, the lowest result we'll get is common. Like here we go again. The lowest result we can get is common, so we're going to level up all of our slates very quickly to the levels that we need to get to. So, yep, this is the path of least resistance still. We go through. Quick deploy you. That's absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and save this on the preset. Let's jump in. And if it starts to get sort of round 3, round 4 for these battles, we can watch a couple of them. But again, as you can see, the lowest one that we can get. So for Valianters, I haven't really touched the Valianters this season. They are going to be, I think, not the best, but not the worst. Let me show you a quick something. This is, it seems a bit weird. I'm going to take out our Atrops of this lineup, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in Aphrodite. Now we do have our three monarchs, absolutely fine. But the reason that I run Aphrodite in this Valianters lineup is because, watch this, you've got Leandra here. Leandra is going to summon this minion. Absolutely fine, pretty standard. Leandra attacks and sacrifices. So what if this was PvP? Then Leandra sacrificing that would trigger Aphrodite's ultimate, and then she would steal an enemy unit. Quite clever, that. Just something to think about. The quickest way for you to sacrifice, or for a guaranteed way of a unit dying on your team to trigger Aphrodite, is through Leandra. And what does Leandra do? She doubles death buffs. So when a unit dies, Aphrodite will trigger her ultimate. So she will trigger her ultimate 2 times. Every time a unit dies. Very similar to Nerissa, except Nerissa has is quite weak, let's be honest. She doesn't build up very quickly, and she's just a bit of a disappointment. I thought triggering her ultimate every time something died would be a good way to go. But it turns out it's not actually that fantastic. Now this is the Mist lineup that I've gone for. Pretty standard Mistfires lineup. I've added Cleo in there just because she's so versatile. She really is. She is really versatile and can go in just about every lineup that you do have. If you need multiples, I would say probably Cleo is best going in a Monarch build, specifically Doom's Monarch or Doom's Phantom, specifically in Mystifier's Monarch. So as you can see here, if Cleo is 8 stars, you would have 4 Monarchs, and you would have Catherine as striker. You can even potentially take Catherine out, and you can add Sandra in, just to give that 5th Monarch synergy as well. So you're much less likely to die. You do get the attack boost from Cleo as well, plus the Holy Shield to give the additional survivability. Really powerful all-round unit, but just something to keep in mind there. Now that's it. So we've beat stage 20, and allegedly we could progress if we had 2 uncommon +1 slates, but we don't. So what I would tend to do in this situation is I would first of all go to here, any one of these, and I would start to level up. So we need 2 uncommon +1 slates, I believe. Yeah, 2 uncommon +1, which is the blue one. So this is uncommon. We need to get all these up to level 4. So let's go ahead and start sweeping. The ones that I've chosen, and I'll show you this. This is Dooms that I've chosen to go ahead and level up, because Dooms for me are always very powerful, irrespective of the actual season synergy they have. They're always a good bet for you to start on, because I will always have a Dooms team, potentially even up to 3 Dooms teams in PvP, and it's just because there's so many teams that do not counter Dooms, and you have to have specific units in order to counter Dooms, that it can be a very powerful effect. Now we see here leveled up to level 4. What we want to do is get it up to the uncommon, or the blue, so we're going to keep going. We do have 140. That's saved up from 1 day of just waiting around. I've not been on this. I went on it this morning about 9 o'clock. Didn't do any sweeps. Just left it until I could sit down and properly do it and properly start playing. But we just need to get these 2. So I'm gonna do Dooms, and I'm also gonna do Ethereals, because Ethereals this season has the banish effect, which is why I think they are going to be the most powerful this season. Potentially, it just depends on how the new units are and what the new units can do. I think Valianters with Hades going to be absolutely fantastic. It's just the power level is just going to keep rising up and up. So that wasn't too bad. That was in 64 sweeps that we got that. And let's go ahead and have a look at the rest of them. So here's Ethereals. We're up to 2 and 1 here. I think, in fact, I'm going to go with Avengers. Because Avengers, we do have Aphrodite in the new one, or as a new unit. And I do want to see how well she performs in PvP. I think she's going to be a real hit in PvP, as well as the new Empress, or Zeti, as I like to call her. I think she's going to be absolutely fantastic, because she's got the same effect as Aphrodite does. And Hades has a similar effect, but his actually kills the unit after the end of the 4th round. So at the end of the 4th round, the unit is given back with Zeti and with Aphrodite. But with Hades, it's a bit different. He just straight up murders them. Just takes the soul. That's it. Which is why I think Hades, for his longevity, will be the best unit out of this particular bunch. I think people are quite enamoured with Aphrodite at the moment, and the reason for that is they've never seen a mechanic like this before. But the same will be true with the Empress, and the same will be true of Hades as well. And given that Hades is the third, the third DD unit to be released, I think he is going to be the most powerful out of all of them. But we'll just have to see. You know, I've been wrong before, but I still think he is going to be the most powerful out of all of them. Here we go. So that's Avengers Uncommon 2, all sorted. Now I don't have to worry about grinding tomorrow. I can just proceed with jumping through the chaotic spaces and just having a good time. So that is it. What I would tend to do now is I would go back to Chaotic 4, jump into this one, challenge. And you see I've only got 36 left, but if I click on Auto Battle, this will then proceed to let me power through. So as you can see, it's just doing it by itself. I'm sure you've already discovered this feature already, but I found the most efficient way is just making a path all the way through, getting to where you need to, leveling up your slates, and then using any excess to clear the rest of them, or the rest of the sweeps that are required. So that's it from me. I'm going to leave it here. Just want to say thank you very much for watching. It is, for me, it's really important you stick around till the end. If you can, like and subscribe to my channel, be really appreciated. I'm trying to get over the 1,000 subscriber mark, but can only do that if you go and click that little button down below. It says subscribe. Apparently there is 80% of my viewership are not subscribed. Please go subscribe. But yeah, I do hope you have a fantastic day, and if you've got any questions or any comments or anything that you're stuck with, please do let me know down below. Just want to say thank you very much for watching, and hope you have a great day.